That was rather lovely.
The Kings of Convenience.
Oh, there you go. They're very strange fellas. They're from, where are they from? They're from somewhere in
Sweden, I think.
The Netherlands or the Low Countries, somewhere like that. We have with us Mr. Alice Cooper. We're delighted he's back on the show. Alice, lovely to see you again.
Thank you.
You're looking well, as always.
I feel great.
Dressed in his customary, more or less all in black. He's got a little bit of denim on, but it's more
I
or
have
less
a little
all in
orange
black.
on, too, a little Halloween going on.
Do you ever
here.
cut loose with the springtime colours? A bit of light yellow, maybe a pastel, a blue, a pink even?
Only if it's with like a torn slip that I might wear.
I could see you playing golf in a nice pink pair of slacks, a little checked yellow cap.
Who's the golfer here? That's the peacock.
Oh, Ian, is it Ian Porter or something like that?
Yes, yeah, he's the new peacock on the tour.
You've lost me already. Actually,
He
talking about
is full
sporting
on.
names.
You're a British gentleman. You don't play golf.
I don't play golf.
I just don't understand.
I tell you why I don't play golf is because golf it's the whole day gone, isn't it?
Well,
You
yeah,
see,
that's
and
the idea.
I don't have the time. I have a life as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you have a job.
Also, I don't like actually spending that amount of time with people.
Well, there you go.
But you don't, because if you're looking for your lost ball, you spend a lot of time on your own.
If you're looking at a lost ball, you might as well just go out on your own and hide a ball. It's not just about that.
It's just you and the squirrels out there.
Well, it's not just that. You've got to make small talk with people, and there's a bloke carrying your bag, and you've got to tip him at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right
There's a
about
lot
that.
of other. It's a minefield of stuff.
Yeah.
How often do you play golf, by the way, Alice?
6 times a week.
No, really.
6 times.
No,
a week.
really?
I play every morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the tee.
There are cab drivers listening now who are the most jealous people on the planet.
Every cab I get into, the first thing they say is, "Hey, what's your handicap, Alice?" You know?
That's a charming Dick Van Dyke accent we got there.
So I sit there and I go, those are my guys.
So what is
the
your
cab drivers are my guys.
What is your handicap then?
4.
And what does that mean? That
That means I'm 4 over par.
And that means.
That means if I played Tiger Woods, he'd have to give me 2 strokes aside.
And that means.
And then we would be.
So what that means is.
That means I would lose every time.
But par is how many you should get
72
the ball down in. Is that
72.
Right?
Should be able to go around in 72 strokes.
Go around an 18-hole golf course.
The average guy goes around 100 strokes.
Wow.
I go around in 76.
I have played it on video games, and I'm normally pretty good.
Well, then, see, you'd
So
kill me in video.
Yeah, I've got about, I'm pretty good. Sometimes
Yeah.
it goes in under par.
Well, then you would kill me.
And what's nice about that is when he goes in under par, a little Japanese girl jumps up and down and confetti comes from somewhere. And you see, that's what you get in virtual golf that you don't get in the real game. And I would miss that.
Some little Japanese anime, right?
Yeah, I'm playing a new one. It's called Happy Golf for Everyone. And when you hit the ball, it goes, nice shot, and it appears above the mountains. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, so it's reassuring to you.
See, you don't want to hang out there in the real world. You've played, presumably, in all the major golf courses.
Every major course.
And the best one would be? The most
I
fun?
would say probably. Well, there's great ones here. You've got some of the really great ones.
What's the
here.
one? Glen Eagles is the one.
Glen Eagles is one I always play. In fact, Wentworth, Sunningdale,
So they
Sunningdale. Keith Maxwell's an old friend of mine over there. And the great thing is, you're all playing there, and you look over, and there's James Bond over there. There's Sean Connery.
Well, shame. I thought there was a real James Bond out there.
Well, there probably is.
Yeah.
So you don't know about it.
Sean Connery, he loves his golf, doesn't he?
He loves golf.
He loves his golf.
Bruce
Very
Forsyth.
proper, too.
It's a gentleman's game, of course.
Sometimes I don't think of Bruce Forsyth when I think James Bond, somehow.
Yeah, you see,
But he's
I think
Wentworth.
we missed a trick there. Bruce would make a good new Doctor Who, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah.
All right,
No.
my lad, get in the TARDIS.
Roger Daltrey would make a great Doctor Who.
Well, can you believe we've got to the new Doctor Who so soon? Are you a fan of the Doctor Who?
Yeah, that's not even big in the States, but we see it.
We should make Alice an honorary Brit, shouldn't
Yeah.
we? Isn't it time we gave him some sort of an honour? We
Yeah.
should put a statue up somewhere because you're kind of like us,
I
aren't you?
broke from here. This is the only, the first place that banned me was here.
So this was what, 71, 72?
Yeah, and I mean, that made me right there.
We were good at banning people back then.
Yeah, but it was great. It was the best thing for my career ever. I was sending roses to to Leo Absey and Mary Whitehouse. Thank you.
They thought you were going to eat midgets on stage or something.
did. I did, but
stuff going. Yeah, it's a different kind of eating.
At least they were right.
And so that really kind of kicked you off, didn't it?
Oh no, it was the best thing that ever could have. When they banned me, immediately sold out Wembley. Record went to #1. I couldn't be happier.
Kids these days, to get banned, I don't know what they'd have to do. They have to set fire to their own head or something.
Yeah,
it would be very difficult to get
And Arthur
banned.
Brown did that.
Of course he did. Do you still have the guillotine when you perform live on stage?
Brand new guillotine.
Ah,
we have a
yeah.
brand new high-tech guillotine that squirts blood even
Ah,
further.
you see? That's what you want. There's no point going to an Alice Cooper gig in your best clothes if you go down near the front.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Don't
gonna
worry,
get
you
some sort
go
of
boss.
You'll get a
No.
liquid on you.
That's
okay?
right.
I might buy myself a new all-in-one jumpsuit for the occasion.
Bring yourself a slicker. We should sell slickers.
I've got a black one I wore last year, but I don't know if I'll squeeze into it at the moment, so I might have to invest in a new one. So you are going to be gigging again this year over here?
Yeah, we'll be over here in November.
Oh, fantastic.
Be here in November for about 3 weeks.
So you're doing just regular gigs up in the country?
Yeah, we're everywhere. We're starting in Australia, and then we're going all through Europe, the States, then back here in November. So we'll be everywhere.
We're just heading towards the festival time, of course. Yeah, you've got Reading been coming up in Glastonbury and all the big ones. I imagine that you would go down one of them. Have you played it?
I would love to play. We played, what was the one we played? Reading.
Was it
Reading.
Donington? I bet you did Monsters of
We did Donington, I think. And Reading, where they said they were going to throw bottles of excretion at us. Which they never did.
They didn't, thank goodness for that. Because I've been pointed, we've got to go to the news. What a lovely time. We've just talked about bottles of poo. Why couldn't you have waved at me 30 seconds earlier? Right, we'll go to the news. We'll talk about Alice Cooper some more after this. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. Cream. There you go. That's class, isn't it?
How good was that?
And you went to see them, did you? Went to see
them. They were great.
Reformed Queen. So they were all on form because, I mean, Eric Clapton, obviously, we know he's
always great.
Yeah, very centred and stable and got his life together.
Jack Bruce was the big question mark, I think, in Ginger. Oh, you know, I saw, you have to remember, I saw Cream 67 when I was in high school.
Wow.
And it was insane. Something. It was just madness and everything. And I said, the drummer's not going to make it through the night. I said, he's a dead man. Oh, yeah, he was just, and I said, this guy, and he weighed 90 pounds maybe through.
And he's still got, because he's got arthritis.
Yeah, and he did a 10-minute solo, got the audience on their feet. Yeah, I mean, hats off to Ginger Baker.
And for you, when you see a gig like that, being a performer yourself, is it something where you think, okay, that's a benchmark that I'm going to have to aspire to reach, or that's their fellow travellers and I know what it's like? I mean,
they were just one generation before me. I mean, as far as like where they were when I was a kid, they were the big. It was either in my school, you were either a Cream fan or a Jimi Hendrix fan. Right. You could not be both.
I would have thought you could be both. They're kind of similar music.
No, you weren't allowed. You had to pick your.
You had to choose your team.
I was Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He was just much more crazy.
What happened to your, I don't know if it's your original band, but the band, when you first had those 3 or 4 hit albums in a row, when you had Love It to Death.
They're still around.
Billion Dollar Babies.
Yeah, they're still around. All those are best friends, I mean, we still talk, everything. There's no bad vibes between us or anything. We see each other all the time. I think they just got to a point where they just really didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it more. I wanted to take it to the next level.
Well, I suppose it's more fun for you in a way, being the front man. I mean, it is, I would have thought.
And I think that the fact that I wanted to put all the money back into the show, and they didn't really want to do that.
You've already got one guillotine. Why do you need another 3?
Well, I said, yeah, but you have to have a web that comes out of the floor. And that's expensive, and so that means out of your pocket.
Yeah, so they weren't happy with that.
No.
Now you've got a new album out. Alice Cooper has a new album out coming out. It's coming out in July. We have it in advance here. We just got sent a copy. You got it yesterday, did you?
Yes, we did.
Okay, it's called Dirty Diamonds. It's got 14 tracks on it. That's already good value for money.
Yeah. Oh, and it's just all rock.
You don't need
Alice
to put 14 tracks on it.
Rock.
Alice, next time, 9 is fine, 10 is fine.
I know.
And then you've got half of the next album already there.
I was so prolific. I couldn't just write 9.
You can calm down. There's some great... I like this. I haven't heard it yet. I'm going to listen to it later. But there's Woman of Mass Destruction, track number 1.
Yes.
Track 3, You Make Me Wanna. I love the sound of track 9, Zombie Dance.
Oh, Zombie Dance.
Now,
very Stonesy.
Am I right in thinking that zombies may come on stage when you're performing
that could be.
Zombie Dance?
Yes. Just, since Michael's not using them anymore.
Yeah, they're looking for a home. Okay. And what track are we going to play?
Track 8, Steal My Car.
Steal That Car.
Steal
Here
That
you go.
Car.
This is Alice Cooper's forthcoming album, Dirty Diamonds. Personally, I'm of the belief that it isn't an Alice Cooper song unless he howls at the end.
That's right.
It's not an Alice Cooper song unless you do that. I've got loads of your album at home. I'm a fan. But I still get on a regular basis, I will get out one of the oldest and just sit there and think, wow, that was so kind of great, so much unlike other stuff at the time.
Well, it was pure Detroit rock and roll.
Oh, you got to love Detroit rock and roll.
Yeah.
And Iggy and the Stooges, they were Detroit based.
I grew up with Iggy, the MC5, Ted Nugent. Have you ever had Ted Nugent on?
Is Ted Nugent still alive?
Ted Nugent, I do a radio show now.
Hold on, first of all, answer my question.
I say to him,
Ted Nugent still alive? Don't leave us in suspense.
No, he's so alive.
Thank goodness.
That it's beyond belief.
Okay.
He's like he goes to Iraq now, right?
Okay.
To do the troops. This guy's an expert gun everything.
Yeah, so I'm a bit scared of him. I don't think.
Oh no, if you say to him, "Hi, Ted," 20 minutes later, you get the next word in. And it's the funniest rap you've ever heard in your life.
Is he always packing
always got a gun with him.
He's always got a gun with him.
Always got a piece with him.
Yeah, maybe. See, he might have problem getting into the BBC these days because we do have a bit of security. But what a weird scene and what a fertile scene. Why was it Detroit, do you think, that you guys all sprang out?
That was the most industrial city. It was sort of like you would, I guess, compare it to a Birmingham or Manchester kind of place.
Which is where a lot of our heavy metal began as well.
Exactly. It's where Ozzy was from, Birmingham, I think. And Detroit just produced these garage bands that were just... Their dads worked in the mills, and it was music couldn't be soft. It had to be, you know.
But what I find weird about that is, and it seems to be a strange situation, is that on the one hand you've got these kind of like tough families, it's a tough city, and at the same time you were going on stage wearing the tightest pants you could find, and all putting as much makeup as you could get on your faces.
And you know, that was in defiance. That was just in defiance to say, okay, I'm going to wear all this stuff, and then I'm going to play the loudest, most raucous music, and it's going to be such an opposition to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you going to deal with it? It's almost like, come on, what are you going to do about it?
So it was confrontational.
Yeah,
really.
very confrontational.
And who was the best band? Who were the best band? If you can be objective about it, was it you? Was it the MC5? Was it Iggy and the Stooges?
Musically, we were the best band.
Right.
I would say
So
it was very, very hard to go on. I didn't want to go on after the Stooges.
Yeah.
Because they would wear an audience out. They would just wear them out.
Just with the racket.
Iggy would put peanut butter all over himself, and he would pull everything out. You know,
well, he still does. He doesn't even like to put it away again now.
No, he just say, leave it out.
24/7, I believe. Yeah.
And he walks out in the audience on their hands.
Yeah.
Right? And he finds the biggest Marine out there and gets in a fight with him, gets knocked out, and the band never stops playing. They're just still dun, 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 until he wakes up and then finishes the song.
See, that's
pretty hard to beat.
It's a bit like Ken Dodd.
Yeah.
He'll do 3-4 hours and no one wants to go on after Doddy. I would love to have seen the Stooges in their prime. But I would have loved to have seen you live in the early 70s.
It was, for me, it was a challenge to go on after these guys.
Yeah, I bet.
And I'd say, well, listen to this, Bill. It would be Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes, Bob Seger,
wow, yeah.
MC5, the Stooges, Alice Cooper, and the Who. $8.
Yeah. You see, $8, and even then people were saying, well, I don't know, $8.
$8?
Yeah.
That's almost $1 a band.
It's almost 10. MC5, they were a great band who never really managed to parlay their kind of stage performance and their skill into commercial success.
No, they had one hit that was unplayable.
Was that what, Break Out the Jams?
Yeah, Kick Out the Jams,
Kick Out the Jams.
MF.
Right, yeah.
And of course, they never got it played on the radio.
Of course, they should have known that.
You would think that they would know that. And they were all arrested for marijuana, and they were in jail, and John Lennon was trying to get them out of jail.
Were they involved with the Black Panthers in some way?
Well, yeah, kind of. They connected up.
What a great period in American history and American rock. And they reformed again recently as well, didn't they?
They did. In fact, I think there's only 3 of them alive, so they're picking up guys all over.
Alice, I don't like the whole dying thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm not entirely comfortable with it. And as we get older, of course, more and more people we know.
Well, you're not 27 yet, right?
No,
See, 27 is the magic death age. That's almost 7 out of 10 of the major rock stars died at 27.
Yeah, 27. I saw that. Yeah.
Is that true?
Kurt Cobain, 27.
Yeah.
What Doors? What's his name? Forgotten his
Jim
name.
Morrison died at 27.
Okay, can I introduce perhaps a little voice of logical calm here? They all died for being stupid, basically. I mean, God rest them, but, or troubled in some way.
Mama Cass, was she 27?
Yeah, I'm not talking about these people, okay? I'm talking about us, we're going to die from old age, okay? And unfortunately, it's knocking on the door already. From like 40 onwards, you're not safe anymore. That's not true. A good thought.
No. They're saying now 130. You're going to die. Our generation will die at around 100. The next generation, 120.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I feel a bit better now. Thanks for talking me down.
See? Feel better?
Get me a bag to breathe into, and we'll move on with the show. What are we going to play now?
Bit of Aretha, I thought.
Lovely. Aretha Franklin, Respect. There you go. Not only
quite
a brilliant
spectrum of music.
Not just a great singer, a great speller as well. And I think we all respect her for that. Alice Cooper's with us, ladies and gentlemen. Could be happy. A couple of people emailed in and said they so loved that commercial you did with Ronnie Corbett.
Oh, yeah, I said, I did the Cumans last night.
Oh, the Kumars.
Kumars last night.
Okay, that would be fun.
And that was funny because I did it with Ronnie.
With Ronnie Corbett. I think there's a bit of a double act coming in.
Yeah, there is,
He's going to run and run.
I might be the new Ronnie, next new Ronnie.
Take him playing golf with you, you could hit the ball off his head. If you get in the rough, use him as a little team. Isn't he just a charming and funny guy?
He's a really cool, and the Kumars are. I mean, how funny are these guys? They were just. I was such a fish out of water there.
And then, did you bindi up for the occasion? Did they give you a little bit of Indian styling, or did you go on in full Alice Cooper?
No, I was full Alice Cooper.
What with the eye makeup? And stuff
I didn't
like
do
that?
the eye makeup, but the old lady, was just she was flirting with it. She had her hand, in my pocket all night.
That's Mira for you. Hey, how angry are you about Kiss still in your whole act? That was annoying. That annoyed me. I'm annoyed on your behalf.
If they were a better band, I would be really annoyed.
They were a rubbish band. Kiss were a rubbish band. They always were.
Well, they sell everything,
I know, but how come people go, what's wrong with people? No, just listen to an album. They're almost unlistenable.
I said, I don't mind if you... Well, this was their statement. They said, if one Alice works, then 4 ought to work.
Yeah.
That's what they told the press. And I went, okay, if you're that upfront about it, okay. At least you're not trying to. At least you're not trying to.
I always felt a little bit sorry for one who had to be the cat, though. Because the other guys, at least they had fairly cool makeup. And then one of them, you're going to be a cat. What? Who did I upset? Yeah, I'm going to be the demon. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm going to be like the sexy guy. You're going to be a cat.
Yeah.
Most of his adult life spent dressed as a cat.
In fact, my drummer doubles as that guy. So every time we see him now, we go, meow. I would say we just
put a little bowl of milk down for him. Someone, obviously a big Alice Cooper fan, has emailed and said, will you be touring with your regular drummer, Eric Singer, this time?
Eric Singer, yes.
And this is from Nige in Stoke-on-Trent. How perfect is that? That Nige in Stoke-on-Trent is very keen to find out if you've got your regular drummer.
Yes, I do.
Does it make a big difference to you who's drumming behind you?
Yeah, it does. It does. He's the truck driver. You have to have a drummer that really knows how to drive a band. You can have a drummer that drums, and then a drummer like Keith Moon that drives a band.
Right. So a real kind of the powerhouse, the engine, the core.
Yeah.
The nuclear core at the middle of the plant.
That's it.
$1 Million Babies. What a great album that is, eh? What are you doing after the tour? What do you have lined up for the rest of your life? You're just going to relax and play golf non-stop?
6 months on this tour. And then, then there's the next album. So, you never quit. You just keep going.
It's the treadmill.
That's it.
But it's a delightful one to be on.
It is. I love it.
I'm just so pleased you're still with us, frankly.
Yeah.
That's it. Because you actually,
I made it past 27.
Yeah, you see, that's the key.
I'm 29.
Leave the naughty and silly stuff on stage, fellas.
That's right.
Is that the answer we give?
That you have to.
Okay.
I mean, if Alice Cooper could not live in this society. He has to be on stage.
Yeah, not the real Alice. Okay. Have you bought out a range of Alice Cooper golfing gear?
Not yet. No.
I would have thought maybe some gloves with a little bit of demon work on there, a little bit of flash, something like that.
You'd think that somebody would think of that,
You would
right?
think I would, if I were ever to play golf, and I suppose it's an inevitability, I would like one of those. What do you call the bag you keep your golf clubs in?
Yeah, just a golf bag. Yeah.
Oh, okay, simple as that. I would. Well, let's give it a name.
Golf bag.
I thought that was called a golf caddy.
No, that's the person who carries it.
But in the world of tea, of which I am familiar,
there's a tea caddy.
Yeah, and that's what you keep your tea in.
Mm. We don't drink tea.
By the by. Okay. That's by the by. Right, okay.
So you want a black leather bag with studs on it?
Ideally called a caddy, and I want when you pull out the golf club, I want it to make a noise. Like,
oh, that's good. You mean like the lightsaber?
And how about a golf club, and when you hit the ball, a little bit of flame comes out the back, like a little.
You know what? You do well in this. You should manufacture.
Let's get together. Let's market this stuff now.
I would definitely buy your stuff.
I think it's a great idea, don't you? Mm. And because you often have on stage, you have a midget, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Little tiny midgets as a little tea. Like the one from the stage.
Yeah. Hit the ball and it screams.
And you know the thing, what are those little things you put, the little hatch, the hatch you put on top of the golf club to keep them warm, presumably. I don't know. Why do you have them on there?
No, so you don't mess up your clubs. You don't bang them up.
Severed hands.
Severed hands.
They're great.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And the whole stick of the club could look like bones.
Yeah.
Never mind. Cancel the rest of the show. We're going home. We're going to start working.
Death sticks.
Death golf with Cooper. Alice, lovely to see you again. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations on the new album. I haven't listened to it all the way through yet.
Thank you.
I like that track. I'm sure I always like your stuff.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it.
And good luck with the tour.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see. If you get the chance, catch Cooper live later this year. When is it? November, you said?
November. We are just in time for Thanksgiving.
Alice,
you don't have Thanksgiving.
Of course we don't. What have we got to give thanks for? Eh? Bunch of reprobates. You should have been more grateful, don't you think?
We were.
We gave them everything.
We were happy about the Beatles.
We gave them everything. And they turned their back on us. And now what they do? They eat a turkey to rub it in. Alice Cooper, ladies and gentlemen, has left the building.